Whew, I think we're recording. Good.
Okay, great.
So what do we have for today?
Let f of x equal to a times x minus 2 times x be a quadratic function that passes through the point -1, 6. Find the value of a and the vertex of f. Is the vertex a maximum or a minimum?
Let's think about it. Do we know anything about f of x? Like no matter what a is.
The 0 is 2.
Yes, if we plug in 2, we get 0. What else could we plug in to get 0?
We could plug in. What else could we plug into x to get 0?
Mhm.
I don't know.
So you plugged in 2 to make this thing 0, right?
Yeah.
What about that one?
Oh, 0?
Yeah. So now we have 2 points here. We have a quadratic that goes through these 2 points.
Okay.
And now quadratic looks like a what shape?
Wait, what did you say? Sorry.
So what is the shape of a quadratic? The general shape.
Like a parabola?
Yeah. So now we don't know what A is, so it could be this way, or it could be that way.
Right.
Yeah. But what do we know about the vertex now?
About the vertex.
So my hint is symmetry.
I'm not sure.
I draw the line here. What line did I draw?
A vertical line?
Should be in the middle. Let's
Yeah.
make it a little more in the middle. So now what does this have to do with the vertex?
I don't know.
So basically, let's say we're down here. I go up and then I come down. And because I have a symmetry here,
Yeah.
the highest point is exactly between these two zeros.
Okay.
And what is the x coordinate then?
1, 0?
Yeah, the x coordinate is 1 right here. So
Yeah.
we know x coordinate of the vertex is 1. Because of symmetry, because we know this stuff happens. But now we want it to pass through -1, 6. So now, just by looking at the picture, can you tell me, is it opening up or down?
Up.
Up. Why do you say that?
Because the y value is higher.
Yeah, we should be like, when we start from here, we go left to -1, we should be going up. So
Right.
now we know A is what kind of number?
Positive.
Yeah, so this one is the one we are looking at, and we want to have A to be positive. Really good. And now we still have to find A. So any ideas, what can we do? So my hint is, do we know any values of F?
Yeah.
Any
2
special
and
values?
2.
We know these, but do we know anything else except those?
1.
F of 1, and no, we don't actually know F of 1, but we know F of
-1?
yeah, we know F of -1 has to be equal to. So from from the graph passing through -1, 6, F of -1 has to be has to be 6, right?
f of -1. Yes, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Good. F of -1 has to be 6. So now can we use that information somehow? We have a formula for f.
So we plot the like y equals 6.
Not really plot, but we can plug in -1 into here, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So now from the formula f of -1 is what?
F of -1 is -1 or a
Mm-hmm.
times
Times.
-1 minus 2 times -1.
Yeah, let's, oops, I did something weird. -1, good. And then let's simplify that all. What do we get?
So then that would be a times -3 times -1,
Mm-hmm.
which would be 3a.
Yeah. Good. And do you have an idea what would we do next?
Well, you have to get rid of. Would you subtract 3? Or no?
Well, let's think about what is our goal?
To figure out what a is?
Yeah, this is our goal. Now, what did we use? We used the fact that this goes through -1, 6, so I know f of -1 has to be 6.
Oh, so you can plug in 6 on the other side.
Good. And what is on the other side?
So it would be 6 equals 3a.
Exactly, 3a equals 6. This is the thing. We know this is f of 1, but f of 1 is also this. So we get 3a equals 6, and a is equal to.
So that, yeah, a is equal to 2.
Good. And now this is really good thing to do. So basically you just looked at the picture and be like, oh, it has to be opening up because otherwise we're not gonna hit -1, 6.
Right.
So you had an idea, a has to be positive, and now you did the math, you got a equals 2, and then that kind of checks out because sometimes it happens, you do something similar, you're like, okay, well, a has to be positive, then you do the math, but maybe you made an error here.
Right.
Like, let's say you wouldn't be able to, like, multiply negative numbers correctly, and then you get a negative number. Then you're like, wait a minute, it should be positive, but I get a negative answer. That way, I have found like most of my errors basically in life. Like, I would be writing solution for a class, and then I'm like, oh shit, there's something really wrong here. Okay, good. So, does this make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, and always like, just a general thing, like you want to be mindful of like, hey, what is my goal? What am I trying to do?
Right.
And also kind of using all the information you're given. You're given the formula, you're given it goes through this point. So kind of, if you get stuck, try to go back, see what am I doing? What information I'm given.
Did we find the vertex?
Did we? We almost found the vertex. Very good point. And that's also one thing to do. Like go back. Did I actually solve the problem? Because we did find A, but what do we have to do next to find the vertex?
I'm not sure.
So now we have the x coordinate for vertex.
Right.
Vertex. The y coordinate will be what?
Also 1?
It looks like it could be, sure. But how do we figure it out?
Do we plug in 1 to the equation?
Exactly. It's f of 1 because that's what we have. We have it on the graph. And actually, it looks like it shouldn't be 1 because it's going to be the one that's below.
Right.
So from the picture we see it should be negative. So now, do we actually get a negative number? Let's see.
So f of 1 equals a times 1 minus 2 times 1.
But now we know what a was.
Oh, right. So 2 times -1 times 1.
Mhm.
So that's -2.
We got a negative number.
Perfect. So it's 2
So it
more.
means this was quite not in scale. It means this is a
Right.
little longer.
Right.
So don't fully rely on the picture. But
Yeah.
we got a negative number. It should be a negative number.
Oh, the last part of the question was, is the vertex of f of x the maximum or minimum?
I see. So now we had our shape was like this. So what do you say?
The minimum.
Minimum. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Good.